Boys, where do you think we're going today?
Picnic to shoot people. Pew pew.
No, we're gonna have a campfire.
A campfire?
Wait, Fairhavens.
No.
Wait,
Picnic to shoot people. Bang.
That's not very nice.
I don't know.
I know, it's really nice.
Harrison, do you have a guess?
Go. Picnic.
Like, have you seen me doing a lot of packing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wait, hotel.
Yes.
Wait, we're going to a hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Yippee! I'm gonna bring my gun and shoot your bullet.
Where's the hotel gonna be?
Samsung.
Wait,
I know. Lodge. Great Wolf Lodge.
Hilton for the stay. Hilton.
No.
Great Wolf Lodge.
No.
Samsung.
Okay.
No hotel, Samsung.
We're going for 7 days
1 week.
to Cuba.
Well, we're going to Cuba today?
Yeah.
Oh. What on earth? Wait, today we're taking a plane?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that means tablet.
We hope you'll come along for our whole family adventure, but if you're looking for strictly the review on the hotel, the Grand Memories in Varadero, head to 7-minute mark on this video and you will get a review of just the resort. Our trip started out of Pearson Airport in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where we went to Terminal 3, which has been newly renovated and revamped. The space is beautiful and bright and open, and my kids were just talking about how long it's been since they have been at this airport. I used to work here, and it was nice to see how it's changed over the years, and it's really become more efficient and has a lot more eating options as well. So Pearson was a great experience, and after a little bit we had to head down and take a bus to a whole new terminal that I've never experienced, which was cool because the kids got to see what airside looked like and see what the tarmac is like and where all the planes are and all the luggage carts, and have that experience of behind the scenes of the airport. Once we got to our gate, it was a long wait. We knew we had a 3-hour delay, so we just sat back and relaxed and waited for time for boarding. That was also a fun experience to see my children at this age, just excited to get on the plane and get all set up. Hello. Bryson?
Yes,
Harry, what do you think? We're gonna pull this a little tighter. all of those planes are waiting to take off right after us. Here we go. Harry, pay attention. It's exciting.
We're going so slow.
Right now, but they're revving up the engines. You hear the engines getting louder? All right, here we go. Pretty high. We're gonna get above the clouds.
Above?
For your comfort and safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has switched off the seatbelt sign. We recommend
Our first impression of the hotel was that it was big and beautiful and spacious. However, we did arrive 4 hours after our original scheduled arrival time, and we had problems at check-in. As you can see, my son had fallen asleep, and we were in the lobby with all our luggage for much longer than we had expected. When we arrived, there were 70 plus people, an entire tour bus full with not a single seat available, waiting to check in, and there was only one check-in agent allocated to the check-in desk, and that person was overwhelmed with the number of people that had come to check in. So check-in took 90 plus minutes, which to me is unacceptable, especially when you as a hotel can plan better knowing you have a large group of guests arriving. While we waited in the lobby, the children and families were the last ones served because we were the last ones off the bus with sleeping children at 1 o'clock in the morning and all of our luggage and strollers. So that was also just a difficult point in our day. So now it's about 1:30 in the morning, and as you can see, it's the little kids that are just wandering around waiting to get served and get a bed. When we did arrive, there were mosquitoes. Varadero is well known for the mosquito problem, and I had to open up our luggage and get our bug spray out because my sleeping son was just getting eaten alive. So that's just something to remember, that you should definitely bring bug spray and a lot of it, as well as a lot of sunscreen. After we got our room assignment, it was difficult to find anyone to help us get to our room, but once we did get into our room, we were quite disappointed in the condition of the room. Things seemed to have just started to fall apart, and the cleanliness was an issue. I feel like a lot of the surfaces just weren't properly cleaned. I wasn't a fan of the washroom, and in fact, we found a number of bugs in there as well as ants throughout the rooms. It was just not the condition that we really wanted. There were stains on the sheets as well as hairs from other people in the bathroom and things that could have easily been checked out. After our first night's sleep, we had beautiful sunshine and weather to start our first full day of vacation. Even with the beautiful weather, we needed to get to our concierge and take care of the problems in our room, first and foremost, to make the best of our vacation. So we were headed up to the front lobby to speak to someone and see what they could do to resolve it. We did meet a fellow named Jonathan. We were really disappointed in how we were treated. When we entered the office, the staff never acknowledged us, never welcomed us, and sat there on their cell phones and then talking to each other in Spanish. We felt really ignored and not at all respected, but in the end, Jonathan did find us a better room, and so we were much happier with our new accommodations. We had to wait several hours for our new room to be ready, so in the meantime, we enjoyed the main activity pool, and we found some of the gardeners who were cutting down coconuts. So we got to enjoy some fresh coconuts right off the tree and cool off in the pool and the sunshine while we waited. You don't like it? You do?
Yeah.
Thank you. Around 5:30, we packed up everything and moved to our new room, which we were much happier with. It's actually near the quiet pool, which we would have never discovered had we not moved buildings. Here we are at the quiet pool, my son getting his feet wet and enjoying the water there. It says shallow beach access, and the water is probably about 3 feet high at its deepest, so it's quite nice to relax in. And this area of the resort is really quiet. You hardly find any people walking around, and it's nice to just spend those quiet moments. Now we're walking back towards all the main buildings and excitement. To the right, you can see the Italian and Creole restaurant where you can book for a la carte. It's that red building off to the right side there. And then as you make your way around this planted area, you'll start to join the main building. On the end here, I believe it's supposed to be some sort of like Cuban smoker's lounge or coffee bar or disco or something, but it was never open during our stay. So this is the main building. Everything attaches to this from one end to the other, which is the lobby, the entertainment complex, the main buffet, the Diamond Club, like everything's under this one awning here to the right. It was nice to have one continuous awning that you could walk under in case of rain or in case of like really hot sun. You could always stay protected. This path is where the minibuses come by to take people to their rooms. So if you're walking on the main path where my guys are walking right now, you do have to watch out for those little buses that come through the resort. Otherwise, you can walk on this tiled section. We're currently passing the Diamond Club, and off to the left and up these stairs is the main lobby bar. As you continue to walk, this next entrance to the left, you can see this little staircase there, or the handicap ramp, is to the main part of the lobby. On the right-hand side here are some chairs set up in front of one of the smaller bars on the property. Through those glass windows on the right, that is the main buffet. It's quite big, and they do have a private Diamond Club section where you have a bit more seating and space to spread out in the main buffet. Now we're going up the stairs to the reception area and the little bank that they have. Right ahead of you can see the Diamond Club concierge area, and they have a little area there as well for the Sunwing reps to sit and book tours for you. So we're heading back down the stairs and into the main buffet to have our breakfast. Breakfast was always a hit for us. We had a great guy that made us omelets every morning or scrambled eggs, which were delicious. And they oftentimes had cheese and other little baked goods to go with our main meal. How's the pasta? No good? You don't like it? Kind of good? It's pretty good. Daddy, how's your meal?
Bryson,
Bryson, how's your meal?
And the fries is the best.
The fries are the best. Got it. Having a stop at the snack bar always seemed to be successful, even though they said that they didn't like it much. As you can see, my little guy cleared his plate, and they always had pizza and hamburgers and chicken sandwiches as well as pasta available. So if you missed lunch or didn't find anything at lunch, you could definitely grab something at the snack bar and enjoy that 24 hours a day. As Diamond Club members, we got access to premium alcohol at every bar, and my boys really enjoyed being able to just go up and ask for a glass of lemonade or Fanta or mango juice anytime they liked. So that was fun for them always. So of course, one of the major draws to Cuba for many people are the beaches, and they definitely didn't disappoint. We had beautiful beach days. The water is crystal clear, and it stretched out for miles, but it was kind of deep compared to some other locations. As you can see, it goes up to my boy's shoulders, and so that's about 4 feet, and that happens quite quickly. The resort is supposed to have water sports, but we didn't see any of that. The beach chairs were laid out, and then we were currently, as you can see in our Diamond Club reserved section, they were laid out in rows back from the water, so you didn't actually get a view of the shoreline from your seat, which was disappointing. I didn't like that. I like when the beach is long and that you get a good view of the water from where you're seated, so that especially the kids can play near the water and you can be relaxed reading a book or something and see them. Here you really had to make an effort to leave your palapa and go out into the sun to get to the beach. Another benefit of the Diamond Club is having a private beach bar, so you didn't have to go far to get drinks. We gave the beach restaurant one try, and we weren't really impressed with its offerings. They did have some sort of salad items, and they had a barbecue going, but everything was dried out because they didn't get a lot of traction there. Weren't a lot of guests hanging out, so the food got hard fast. We didn't really enjoy that beach bar. Now you can see we're back at the quiet pool, very few people, and so you can always find a lounge chair by the pool. And in the back of this scene, this rock formation where my finger is, you can see a little roofed hut there. That's the swim up bar. So I never shared with you how important this trip was for us. It was my little guy's birthday, my husband's birthday, Father's Day, and our 10-year wedding anniversary that we were celebrating all in this week. In the past, when we go to hotels, they oftentimes give us some flowers or another way to just commemorate our special vacation. This hotel did not provide that. However, they did, by fluke, just choose us as one of 2 tables to join them for their special tasting menu. They're changing their menu for all memories or grand memories in starfish resorts around the world. And so we got to taste some of the finest food from all of their world-renowned chefs, which was awesome. So as you can see, these are the dishes that we were invited to taste test, and we got to give them our impression of it. Everything tasted amazing. It was delicious and artfully presented, and we really, really enjoyed our time during that tasting.
I like it.
What do you like?
I only like these chips.
What do you like?
I do like the pizza here.
I don't like it.
After a special tasting, we returned to the activity pool where there were some activities going on. Every day, the animation team comes out and dances for about 30 to 45 minutes. And sometimes they do a hula hoop competition, but that is about it for entertainment. We were really disappointed in the lack of things to do at this resort. You really have to bring your own fun and your own friends, or make friends and get a game started. Usually these resorts will have like basket weaving or crafts or a kids club that's active, or they'll be organizing games like volleyball at the beach, but we really found that this place did not have much going on. The animation team was not really friendly, they didn't make themselves known, and this was pretty much it for the animation and activities. Dancing by the poolside for a couple of minutes every day, and that was it. So if you're looking for a quiet vacation where you can just read and relax and enjoy the people you came with, then this place is for you. But if you're looking for a high energy, high entertainment resort, this is not it. Bahia Principe really offers a lot in that department, and most hotels do. This one really doesn't. I was disappointed. During our week there were many young adults that arrived, and so they started their own game of in-pool volleyball, and this activity pool became so busy throughout the week. We actually stopped coming here because there were always people playing football or throwing things, cups, and all sorts of stuff. So as a family with young children, we just found the quiet pool to be much more our speed and our taste. We could just hang out there and not worry about like rowdy, drunk young adults, which we found was happening throughout the week here at the activity pool. Here's a look at our new and renovated room. This is where we were far more comfortable than our first room. And the housekeeping lady actually did a few different towel arts throughout our week. So that was really nice. And we were really comfortable in this room. There were no bugs. We were on the second floor by the quiet pool, and it was in the renovated section, so a lot of the damage to the room that we found in our first room didn't exist here. However, the beds were really hard. We asked the concierge for help, and they did pad my son's bed with extra blankets, but we had to flip our mattress over to get comfortable. One other note about the rooms is that the bathtub is really high and you have to climb over a little wall to get into it. So if you have mobility issues, definitely try and contact the resort ahead of time to see if they have wheelchair accessible rooms. But we can tell with both of our rooms, it will be a struggle for you to get up and over that wall to get into the bathtub. So just be mindful of that when booking. And I would call and speak to someone because the email address that they provide on their website actually doesn't connect to anyone. We really enjoyed spending our evenings hanging out in the lobby by the lobby bar. They have a coffee bar and a bar for regular drinks and alcohol. It was so nice to just sit here in the evening with the breeze and relax after dinner and into the evening listening to music. Little did we know, however, it was only a guest that was actually providing the music. So after a few days into our stay, that guest left and we did not get the same experience in the lobby. We could still hang out, but there was just absolutely no entertainment, no music playing, no atmosphere. With the atmosphere, this place is wonderful, but unfortunately it was provided by the guest. And so it's hit or miss. They could really do a lot more with this hotel and make it like an actual 5-star. But without entertainment and the attitude of staff, it really brings it down a lot of notches, in my opinion. So there are 20 plus buildings on the property. Some are adult only, and that's the part called Sanctuary. And then the rest of the buildings are 3 floors high, and I can't estimate how many rooms there are, but in the middle they have this beautiful courtyard with lush foliage and flowers, which is nice to wake up and open your door to. As you go down the corridor in the middle of the building, you'll find a spiral staircase, and that'll take you up to the 3 different floors. They also have a couple of staircases on each end for easier access. It was really great to have this little courtyard. It was really just pretty and a nice thing to look at. However, when it rains, the floor tiles do get wet and extremely slippery. My son did slip and fall. So as you can see, that's one of the little trolleys there that'll take you around to your room when you have luggage, but they're very difficult to catch and actually get access to. But you can find it if you need it. We tried to order it ahead of time when we were leaving, and we weren't able to actually get anyone to come and help us with our bags. Okay, all right. So we made our way back to the quiet pool, which has this rock formation in the middle. They have a place where you can go upstairs, but it was closed. And we brought these little floats. They absolutely took up no space in our luggage, but they were just great to lay back and relax and enjoy the pool. We got 3 of them in a pack. I'll link down below to where I purchased them. They were great. Like I said, breakfast was always great. Lunch and dinner were a little bit more hit and miss, but we always found something that we could eat. They always had rice and beans and a variety of other things available on the menu. It was great to get the grilled pork and the grilled chicken. Some nights we even had like seafood, and so it was really food was not an issue. We always had something that we could eat and enjoy. I was actually quite surprised at how good the food was for Cuba. We've traveled all over to resorts all over the place, and actually this resort has pretty good food. So I will definitely give them a 4-star for the food because we always found something good. So by the activity pool, you'll find a little like cove where there's a gentleman there to exchange your wet beach towels. They also have a little craft stand if you wanted to buy any souvenirs on the property. I really like that you could just go into the store and buy stuff as opposed to having people on the beach kind of asking you to purchase their wares. So that was also a great thing. And then we were off to the snack bar. My kids loved the pasta there. And my son, who's gluten-free, would always get a hamburger and fries. And so we never had any issues getting access to food and being well fed the whole week. The one culture about this resort that was great was that people didn't come out early in the morning and hog chairs. Whether you go in the middle of the afternoon to the pool or to the beach, you could always find loungers. And throughout the day, the animation booth would play Cuban music and other Spanish music to get you in the mood. So that was nice. They did have a few palapas around the beach and around the pool. Definitely could use a few more around the pool for shade because it does get super hot right by the pool. They do have a little ping pong table under a shade here, so you could always engage in a game with a friend or someone else.
Huh? Can we see what's in the baby club? Huh?
Sure.
For the clothes again.
We would go regularly to check out the kids' pub and see if anything was happening. Although they posted a full schedule, we never found that it was open or had anything going on. They had this little stagnant pool of water here, and this playground, which a lot of it was roped off, so I'm not sure if it was in good condition or not. But when you go in the baby club, this was the only time that we found the door was open, and when I spoke to the staff in there, it was just for her to tell me that there were no activities going on. So unfortunately, this is not a really great active place for kids if you wanted to get them involved in any sort of activity or crafts, or be able to drop them off for periods throughout the day. Fortunately, we packed enough games and pool toys and sand toys that we all had a great time as a family. But I was really hoping that they would have something more for the kids, like crafts or like sports or something where they could have a good time. They're going to get Fanta. Their daily intake. Pass your way to Fanta. Oh no, they came. They're running through. They didn't stop. They're bulletproof. Bulletproof, hey Harry. We took a trip to the little gift shop that's on site. You can get things that you forgot, like sunscreen and things like that in there, as well as you can purchase t-shirts and mugs and all sorts of things. We found that the bottles of rum we purchased in this shop were far cheaper than the duty-free prices in the airport. So if you're bringing things back, buy it on site. This is our a la carte Italian restaurant experience. If you're looking for a la cartes, please book them early in the week because they go quickly. The food was okay. We had lasagna. The appetizers were definitely the best. We had bruschetta and fish, fried fish, and that I think was enjoyed by all. Here's the lasagna. It was a bit hard but my son really enjoyed the bread of all. Then they had desserts, and we got brownies and ice cream and a little puff pastry, which were enjoyed by all. Resort was filled with kids. The mini disco was such a disappointment. Only a few kids showed up, and the only reason we did was because when I had gone in to inquire as to if there's any programming for children, the staff told me that they were going to have a mini disco. So we went hoping that it would be a fun time for all, but they really don't do a good job with advertising or getting people engaged. At other resorts, the animation team would be like getting to know the guests throughout the week and inviting them to these things, and this place should have been packed out, but it really wasn't. It was so empty, and the only other night that they had a show in here was a Michael Jackson night, and that was it. So there's so much potential at this resort, and they just didn't do a good job nailing any of it. As we were leaving though, we got a beautiful sunset. It was just wonderful, and we got to take a bunch of really nice family photos. Later that evening, I got to sit on the balcony and just watch a thunderstorm rolling in. It didn't actually rain, but we got to see the lightning, which was kind of cool. After a brief pause in our room and freshening up, we went back to the lobby bar just to hang out and hope for the music. But unfortunately, this evening the guest had left, and so there was really nothing going on in the lobby, which just left a lot to be desired. The only thing that they did was they had invited someone with reptiles to show them off. So we got to see an alligator or a crocodile up close. I'm not sure. We don't speak very good Spanish, and she didn't speak very good English, so we just got to see this creature, and hopefully they're well taken care of behind the scenes. I think it was pretty stressful for it to have all these guys touching it all over its body, but she was very kind and nice, and she told us that it was too risky. Oh, it's Tate.
He's nice. Yeah, nice. I'd love to have one just as a pet. Yeah, but
what would you do with it?
When is the pet is nice? When it gets big, you let it go. When it's grande, you let it go, right? Yeah, come on, man. But it's possible. Get it on there. Not a baby bite. No way. Those teeth look pretty sharp. Yeah. Go on, try it. Go ahead. Sharp. Oh, shit. Oh, sharp, bro. Yeah. And when it locks? No.
Waking up the next morning to a beautiful sunshiny day and our view from our room over our balcony, it was really, really, really nice. What? What is it? Oh. The property is only beachfront for a certain number of feet, and so the walk through the whole resort down to the end of the resort to get to the beach is a long walk. So I fast forwarded it for you, but I still wanted you to see what the property looked like and sort of the condition of everything as we walk. As you get down near the end of the walkway and towards the beach, you will see a couple of little huts with souvenirs, and the building behind us was never open, but I do believe that's where the water sports are supposed to sort of launch from. So you walk down this path here, and then you are on the sand at the beach. Unfortunately, on the second day, this path is really poorly maintained, and I actually fell and scraped my knee really, really badly in this spot, which caused me not to be able to go in the pool or in the ocean after that. So that was really unfortunate. Just be careful. So you continue to walk down this pathway, and it leads you onto the beach where all the palapas are and the Diamond Club section. I believe further to the right, there is a section specifically for the sanctuary guests, which is the adult-only section, but we never went that way. If you made it this far in our video, thanks for sticking around. I'm just going to give you our final thoughts on the resort. So for atmosphere, I'd give it a 2 out of 5. The property has great potential. It's beautiful, but there's really no liveliness to it. For food, I give it a 4 out of 5 star. The food was definitely a plus for us. It was the best food we've had in Cuba. Service, I give a 3 out of 5. This hotel doesn't have a big tipping culture, but we did have to get our own water and really sort of yell at the beginning to get any sort of service. After that, we did get okay service, but we really did have to impress upon them that water is essential at meals and that we don't want to have to get up and be like hunting that down. In terms of entertainment, I give it a 0 out of 5. Like I said, they really didn't have anything going on for children. Even the adults, it was just boring. Like there was just nothing in the way of entertainment. The beach and pool, I give a 5 out of 5. They were both beautiful. They were just great. So 5 out of 5. Rooms, I give a 3 out of 5 for our renovated room. It was in a great location. It was clean. It was newly renovated. But those older rooms really left a lot to be desired, and basic cleanliness was just not handled there. For overall cleanliness of the resort, I give it a 4 out of 5. Everything was really well maintained. You never saw like empty cups and glasses anywhere or plates. They really did keep up the overall cleanliness of the resort. The only thing that knocked it down a notch was the bathrooms by the activity pool. Oftentimes there wasn't any toilet paper and it was quite a mess. A lot of the resort was closed, so they'll take a point away from it for that. And with the gym and spa, we never actually got to go inside because we had the kids with us, so I have no comment on that. If you can, I would definitely recommend upgrading to the Diamond Club. You'll get premium alcohol, rum in the room, beach towels in your room, a late checkout, an extra a la carte for the week, and a special dining section in the main buffet, as well as a separate special Diamond Club dinner, which we enjoyed. You also get a private concierge and a private section on the beach. So I would recommend the Diamond Club upgrade for sure. So Overall, for the price, if you can get it for about $100 or $150 per night per adult, I would recommend it. It is a quiet getaway, so just be mindful of that. If you're looking for a fun getaway with lots of activities, this is not the place for you. But if you're just looking for somewhere to grab your book and throw up your feet and relax, then this resort will do the trick. I also would not trust this resort with any special trips like ours, because it was birthdays and 10-year anniversary. Our expectations were a little higher, and they really just didn't meet that challenge. So if you're going for a special vacation, I would definitely recommend the Bahia Principe chain or the Malia chains. We really enjoyed those chains much more. One last thing I need to add, because it was important to me to find that out, was that Wi-Fi is readily available all over the resort. You can get Wi-Fi in your room, and it was free, so that was definitely a plus for us. They have routers in your room, and the Wi-Fi signal strength is really strong, so that's a plus. Our bus back to the airport wasn't supposed to leave until 5 p.m. and checkout is at 12 noon. Because we were Diamond Club, we got until 2 p.m. checkout, and then if you need to pay for extra, you can pay per the hour. We're so glad that we did keep our room until late in the afternoon. Then we just had time to have something to eat and then wait for our shuttle bus. Anyways, that's it for my review. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed sticking around with us. If you want to see the final parts of our trip, then definitely watch till the end. But if you were just looking for the review, you can click out now. We'd love it if you could hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us grow as a channel. Thanks, guys. Bye. Our return flight was on time, but we arrived back into Toronto at about 12:30, and by the time we got our luggage, it was after 1:30 in the morning. It was a great vacation, but we were tired.